citizens and the command posts, and I think they're doing the right thing. They're leveraging the public's help here, Kate. Very significant throughout. The stills and the video are all going to help. They need to put a still out of just the backpack, or hopefully people will just stop it and use that so they can identify it. The backpack is very full. So what's in there? Do they have some kind of a clothes or a tarp or a sheet or something to throw over Nancy? It's packed full, that backpack, and it's an identifiable backpack. People will be able to tell the agents the make and model and so forth, but it's chock full. So it's interesting on that point. Maybe there's some food in there too, because they were going to secrete her, take her to some remote location and planning on feeding her or feeding themselves. It's very interesting. The gun is in a position we call appendix carry. It's a very common position to carry a semi-automatic pistol. This is a semi-automatic pistol in an appendix carry position in a holster. This is a right-handed guy. That gun is not drawn from the left hand. It's drawn by the right hand. And I think what the command post would behoove them to go to ATF's firearms technology branch. They're the world's foremost experts on firearms. They have 8,000 firearms there in their laboratory, and those experts can identify that pistol from close-ups. So they'll be able to look at that and be able to say, if anybody can, what kind of a pistol that is. They can look at the magazine, the end of it, the way the handle slides up. They'll be able to tell, I'm sure, if they can get that picture blown up or enhanced. His behavior, and you guys are exactly right, he picks up some brush. He's trying to hold it in front of the camera. When he rips the camera off, he kind of tries to bang it with his right hand or shield his face. I noticed on the fourth still image, when they're shown in a row there, the still images, that it looked to me like when his face is shown that he might have a mustache. If you look at that still image, when the stills were first released, the shadow is going across his face. You can clearly see the shadow. It's above his mouth. And yet, when you look through the hole in the mouth, it looks to me like he might have a mustache. Now, it's not definitive, and it's not enough of a close-up and enhancement, but I think they can do that and look at that because, when you look at it, you think, well, could that be a shadow? Well, the shadow's not there. The shadow seems to be above there. So that's something I would look at is, could there be a mustache there? And I think it was Tom or Jonathan who said it looked like he was wearing multiple gloves. I agree with that. I think he probably has some, knit gloves underneath those gloves. Those gloves don't look to be leather. They look to be more like vinyl or rubber. These are all this clothing is identifiable, and I think it's very identifiable in pre-operational crime, pre-crime behavior. I mean, I think that he could have been in a store, and you'll see that the backpack with those reflective, shoulder connectors there. That's an identifiable piece, and he's carrying a lot of kit in there. He seems to be a little bit stocky. I think he's very identifiable to someone who is a significant other, a close family relative, close friend, co-worker. I think this guy's identifiable. If you know him, you could think, well, that might be so-and-so, and, he wasn't here Saturday night. I might need to call the task force, I'd call him the $50,000 man. If you know who he is, there's a reward out for $50,000 for the abductors. And this guy clearly is at 2 o'clock in the morning at Nancy's house, with a pistol wrecking her doorbell. So very significant release. The videos are good. The stills are better. Get a still out of the backpack, get ATF help on that pistol and even the holster and see if you can do some identification there. The shoes as well. I mean, each little piece. Even the face mask could have been purchased a week prior to the abduction. And somebody may remember that. Person, a mask like that, wearing a jacket like that. So there's a lot of evidence here that can help the task force to, establish a lead here that's viable. Kate?
Jim, thank you. I want to take a moment just to acknowledge the family in all of this again. Again, this is the mother of our friend, our colleague, Savannah Guthrie. And if we can, I want to show the post that Savannah posted just a few minutes ago on Instagram. She puts the picture of the person, the subject, and then she writes, "We believe she is still alive. Bring her home." Tom and Jonathan, those words matter. We believe she is still alive. Does that tell you anything?
It tells us the belief of the family, which, seeing as how they're the victims of this crime, besides Nancy, of course, is the only thing that matters. And so that's what it tells us, and it tells us that they're keeping their hope. Savannah and her family believe in the power of prayer, and so they're clearly watching this. They're clearly believing in this, and that's what they've asked for, that she be brought home, and she be brought home alive. And they have to keep that hope alive, and that's who they are. So I think that's what it tells us, number one. Two, to speak to our point, obviously the family was briefed on this. I think it bears reiterating the family has not been able to identify anybody from this, and there's no close contacts with the family that appear to be this individual as well. And not just, there's been some reporting over the past week that was knocked down by the sheriff's office on that point, but I think it bears repeating here.
Is it also possible that the family knows more than we do? And that they have good reason to believe that their mother's alive?
100% possible that the family knows more than us. I think that there's been a pretty regular briefing process that's been described to us from law enforcement as far as what's going on. The contents of those briefings are not something we would be aware of course. But yes, definitely the family would be aware of the investigative steps so far.
I would just
Okay, so that is the current update for Nancy Guthrie. And there's a telephone number, FBI tip hotline. It's 1-800-CALL, that's CALL, FBI. So if you have any information, do call that number. And also on the Instagram post, it says, or you can also contact the Pima County Sheriff Department at 520-351-4900. Okay, so that is the update, and of course we still are praying for the safe return of Mom Guthrie, and yeah, so this is a good update so far. All right, so I'm going to end it here. I just wanted to pop one here and give you this update.